Well, hello worms, it's the veg patch again. So I've done a little bit of pulling out of the onions, and there they are hanging up in the greenhouse, and I need to water my chilies. I know that isn't a euphemism. No, I've just come back from work today. I'm not doing a lot, just inspecting the butterfly and caterpillar damage. I hope you don't get grossed out by creepy crawlies. Oh look, there they are. Yeah, little bastards. Oh, do you know what? We've got a vegetable garden at work, and not one of their plants has been eaten. Not one. I have no idea what they're doing to stop that from happening. But, yep, there it is. And here's the squashes. Winter squashes. And, oh, look, more beans. Oh, yum, look at that. I've already cooked a load. Right, excuse me. Ah, delicious. You want some beans? There. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, manners. Oh, I can't believe how quickly everything's growing at the moment. We've had so much rain. Yeah, it's all gone a little bit wild. So it was about 5 o'clock in the evening now. I'm actually knackered from coming back from work. Yeah, it's nice. It's good. The day's gone quickly. But yeah, it seems like all the tourists have come out of the woodwork because of all the restrictions. Or the people who would have gone abroad are staycationing. And so yeah, so it's like a plague of locusts has descended on this at work. Oh no, these leaves have gone mouldy. What the hell? And this is where all the big marrowy type things came from. There's a few flowers. No. Oh, that's gross. So yeah, I've had some lovely families in, and I've had some downright horrible people, but most of them have been nice. But you know, there were some little kids that came in with their grandparents, and the grandparents were so rude. Honestly, they were just telling them off for doing nothing at all. And then when they make something and they insulted it, and oh dear, it was just why would you do that? Why would you make kids feel so bad? You know, like they weren't even doing anything wrong. And the thing is, it backfires, because if the kids are going to get told off for doing nothing wrong, they're going to think, well, I might as well do something wrong, then I might as well because I'm going to get told off for it anyway. But near the end of the working day, there was a lady that came in with an autistic daughter, quite high functioning, but with she knew lots of long words, and she was very intelligent, but she had a pushchair, like with a dolly in it. And you know how they say that autistic kids don't have empathy and they don't have imagination? Well, this kid was really sweet. We're making bugs out of tissue paper and spiders out of clay and pipe cleaners and whatnot. And we made a bee, and I had a flower that I'd made earlier, and I say, oh, look, do you want this flower? So she takes the flower and she puts it next to the bee, and she said, bee pollinating. And I said, well, you can take it home. And she said, no, bees pollinating. So we say, well, I'll take the flower with you. And then she looks around and sees all the other critters that I've made that, you know, that I've been practicing making. And she said, no, he needs to stay here with his friends. I said, well, okay, well, how about you have this one over here? And she said, no, he needs to stay here with his friends too. So she ended up going home with none of her stuff that she made because she wanted them to stay with their friends. Oh, that's just so sweet, and just that, you know, just adorable, really. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about another one of my ADHD escapades, and today I'm going to tell you about the time I nearly burnt my mum's house down. So I can do that when I'm picking some rhubarb. So it was the early 90s, and my mum and dad just split up, and my mum had gone to live on the coast, the south of England, and me and my sister went to visit her, in the summer holidays. And there was some fruit plants out in the back. Now my mum's not a great fan of cut fruit, and I said to her, you know, shall I make a blackberry and apple pie? And she says, no, I don't like cooked fruit, because where she grew up when she was younger, her mum had loads of blackberries and gooseberries and all of this. And because she ate it a lot when she was a kid, she didn't want to eat it anymore, so that's fair enough. So I said, okay, I don't want to waste them, because, you know, I don't want to waste food. And so I said to her, look, all right, I'll make some jam. She said, go on then. So I went to the cupboard and I got some sugar and I got all the blackberries and I put them in a pan with some water. Now, I didn't know at the time that you don't need water. It's a little bit watery. Ugh, that's a particularly slimy bit of... no, some of these are just too slimy. Nope. So yeah, and it was too sloppy because it had water in it and it shouldn't have had water in it. So I was stirring it and it was too watery. There wasn't enough fruit in it. So I thought I'd go out and pick some more. Now, at this time, my mum and my sister had just popped out to the shops. And it's a small town, but it's still easier to get to the supermarket and that if you drove. So that's what they did. And this was in the days before mobile phones. So they went out and left me on my own. Without a mobile phone, you can probably see where this is going. Right, so anyway, here I am, making the jam. Stirring it, and thinking, oh no, this needs some more fruit. It's not doing anything, I'm going to go and get some more fruit. So I go out to the garden, and I start picking some more blackberries. As the jam on the hob is merrily simmering away. I thought, well, it'll only be 2 seconds. I'll just go and get some more blackberries and drop them in. And it's fine. It'll be fine. So I went out there and I'm picking blackberries. I'm just about to take them back in and I hear this door slam shut behind me. Now my mum, because she was living on her own at the time, ever so security conscious, has put a lock on the door. So when it slams shut, it locks. So we have one pan of boiling, syrupy, fruity, hot goodness on the stove. We have me out in the garden, not knowing how to get back in again. And we have my mum and my sister at the shops, absolutely oblivious to what is going on. So I thought, oh. And I look up and I see blue smoke pouring out the kitchen window. And I thought, uh-oh, this is not good. This is not good. And the smoke gets thicker and blacker. And I'm thinking, oh no, what am I going to do now? And I'm nearly crying at this point because I'm panicking, majorly panicking. So, right, what do people do? What do people do? Oh, I know, sometimes people leave spare keys with neighbours. So I go around there, I knock on the neighbour's door, and they'd already got an inkling that something was wrong, given that the black smoke that was previously blue is now billowing out of the house, through the garden, and over onto their garden. And they say, oh, are you in trouble? Do you need some help? And I said, yeah, I've left something on the stove and I can't get back to it. So they say, yes, all right, we've got keys, don't worry, you'll be fine. So they give me the keys. I'm thinking, that's good. I'm going to go in there, I'll turn everything down, everything will be fine. And just at that moment, my sister and my mum come back from the shops and they just stand there in a house full of smoke, kitchen, you can't see anything, eyes stinging, just looks like an aftermath of something awful. And me standing there with a pot in my hand, with the bottom is totally burnt out, there's a hole in the bottom. And my mum just freaked out. She freaked out. She said, I'm never leaving you on your own again. I said, well, no, just you know, you didn't tell me the door locked behind me, and oh my god, there was such a row. But yeah, ADHD, cooking, and hobs, and yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So, and then there was another time that I blew my mum's microwave out, which I shall tell you about in another day. So yeah, that was the day I nearly burnt my mum's house down. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you like looking at my vegetables, and I'm going to go and take these beans in now and top and tail them and do something with them. I don't know what, and probably do something with this rhubarb. It's really messy out here. It needs weeding, but you know, it's a work in progress. I've got greens. It's all good. Right, well, hope you enjoyed that. Had a good old giggle. Yeah, ADHD. Honestly, I really shouldn't be left unsupervised. Like, with great power becomes great irresponsibility, as I always say. So see you later, worms, and has beans. Bye.